What's good, everyone, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel as we are going to go through my 5 takeaways through NFL Week 9. But before we dive into any of that, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video as I will keep you up to date on all the latest NFL news and rumors. And with that, let's jump right into my top 5 takeaways. And at number 5, I got the Cincinnati Bengals and their downfall. I have mentioned it the last couple of weeks, definitely with the big loss from the Jets. Now you see with the Browns, I did predict them to lose, going back on my AFC playoff predictor video. If you're not checked it out, please check it down below. But it's just something about a young team when it becomes very inexperienced and they get into a position where it's kind of like when you start winning, it's a good momentum and you go and flow with that momentum. But that's the same with losing as well. And I feel like if they get caught in that drift, they can be stuck for a very long time. And I think one thing they'll struggle with a lot is their defense isn't as good as it was earlier in the year, and teams are starting to catch on. Definitely when we're midway through the season, a team is who they are now at this point. There might be minor adjustments as well, but with the Bengals and how young they are, I think their defense is very susceptible to, being burned every week, and I think we saw that a lot with Cleveland, and Cleveland was banged up and hurt, and they were missing pieces as well. I was questioning whether Baker was 100% a great quarterback, again, with his shoulder injury, but he proved that he could still throw it downfield, which makes me question if I had a bad take on the Browns now, and I might have to reevaluate that. But the Bengals right now, I don't know how long the downfall is going to come. I have them going at 9-8 for the rest of the year, but they look bad against the Jets. Now they look bad against the Browns. I'll have to see who they're facing next week, but it could be a long season because I know they got a tough schedule, definitely for a young team. There's promise, but right now I just don't see them as a playoff team. At number 4, I have the Atlanta Falcons right now. Surprisingly, it kind of shocked me seeing it yesterday, but they are the 7th seed in the NFC, and they are playoff bound, basically, which is kind of wild because they've had one of the most up and down seasons like they always do. Everyone knows the Atlanta Falcons as the be up big and then they blow it, and they almost did it against this weekend against the Saints. The Saints almost came back to win, but Matt Ryan, he came back in the clutch with a nice pass to Cordell Patterson, and then Young Hoku made a great field goal to win it in regulation. But do I really believe Atlanta will be a playoff team? That's going to have to be something I'll evaluate as well, because I will have the NFC playoff picture up probably in the next couple days as well. I'm going to have to see how their schedule faces and everything like that, because if you were to ask me just by what I see on TV is Atlanta's a playoff team, I don't. But there are 7 seeds, so that just shows me that the NFC is very weak probably right now. And if they have an easy schedule where they can win games, then they might be a playoff team. But as well, too, Atlanta's a team that even if they have easy games, they can blow them as well. I don't trust Atlanta at all. Maybe they can make a wild card, but we'll just have to see if they can build off the momentum right now. They're 4-4, 500. Let's see if they can keep building, and let's see if they can become a playoff team down the line. At number 3, which is probably one of the biggest takeaways and one of the craziest takeaways, is the AFC is wide open. Like, it's for anybody right now. The big dogs lost. I'm talking about Buffalo Bills. The only one that didn't really lose was the Tennessee Titans, which I'll get to later in the video. But Buffalo Bills lost. Ravens held on, but they could have lost to Minnesota very easily. Raiders lost to the Giants, and I am missing somebody. I know New England won as well, but I just know it's very wide open right now. You got like the whole AFC West there in the picture, even Denver winning as well. That somehow, some way puts them in the picture still. I had them losing to the Cowboys, but they're 5-4. They're still in the thick of things. And then you got the Patriots, you got the Bills, you got the Titans, the Colts, you got the whole AFC South as well. Well, not the South, the North with the Browns, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers. Like, the whole conference is wide open, so that could be anyone's game, and there's not a legit runner away. The Titans are a leader of the pack, but right now that could change as well, too. We'll have to see, because we're midway through now, and with it being that wide open, I don't know who could take the AFC. At number 2, this should be my biggest winner of NFL Week 9 because they didn't even play a game, but it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, when you can get the Dallas Cowboys to lose a game to the Denver Broncos, and you get the Rams to lose a game against the Tennessee Titans, who we all thought would struggle without Derrick Henry, and that's basically a huge win for you guys because now you're number 1 in the NFC. He didn't even play a game, and that's the last thing Tom Brady needed. He's well rested now. Like I said, once I go through this NFC video, I don't know how hard their schedule is down the line, but when it's Brady, he's going to get the team into the playoffs, and when he's in the playoffs, we know what Brady does. He can win and take him to the Super Bowl. And For the NFC, last thing you need is him to have a number one seed and home field advantage. The Cowboys stumbled, and then the Rams stumbled as well. The one who stood clutch was the Arizona Cardinals, which was very, very surprising. They're another huge winner as well at my number 2 spot, just because you have your whole backups. A lot of people were going against you against the Niners. Colt McCoy comes through and wins it with James Conner as a starting running back. No DeAndre Hopkins, but their backups came in strong. They still only have one loss, and that's crazy as well. And another thing is the Packers lost to the Chiefs as well, just because Aaron Rodgers, the whole COVID thing, but if he would have played, it might have been a different story. But right now, they also dropped a game behind. So the Cardinals and the Buccaneers are huge winners of NFL Week 9 just because of 3 big teams blowing a game, and now they're sole position of either 1 or 2 right now. Now, at number 1, this can be really debatable, but I got to go with it because it's the hot take. But the Tennessee Titans right now are looking like the best team in the NFL. We all thought they would take a huge stumble when they lost Derrick Henry, but just look who they've beaten as of recently. Like, they took on Buffalo, they took them down, they took Kansas City, took them down. Now, they took on a lot of people's supposed best team in the NFC without their best player in Derrick Henry in the Rams, and they took them out too. And right now, they're looking like they could run away with the AFC easily if they just don't stumble like everyone else did this weekend. But I think they're 2 games up on everyone. I think they're 2 games up in their division as well, and already beaten the Colts twice. So they basically got their playoff spot locked. Just if they can get home field, like, they're going to be a hard team to beat. Definitely when Derrick Henry comes back healthy in the playoffs, we'll just see how that pans out. But we'll also have to see how if they can sustain this success as well throughout the season without him, because it was one game, but it was one game against a really good team on their home turf. But they surprised me because I thought the Rams were going to win, but Tennessee came. And their defense is actually turning it around a lot as well, because in the beginning of the season, they had one of the worst secondaries, and then their defense was actually what got them up 14-3 real quickly and flipped the field, and the Rams just couldn't answer back at all. So Tennessee right now looks like they're the best team in the NFL. With that, that will wrap up my top 5 takeaways of NFL Week 9. I just wanted to get a quick reaction in for you guys. Let me know down below what was a great reaction that you guys thought for the NFL Week 9. Let me know if the Titans and Bucs are running both of their conferences. And with that being said, please do subscribe to the channel. We will keep you up to date on all the latest NFL news and rumors. And with that, take care.